Hey guys, and welcome to Captain Charlemagne's Models. I'm your Captain Charlemagne, so let's head over to the bench and see what we're doing for today's project.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the next part of our building of the Napoleon. So, first of all, pardon any sudden coughing fits. I have something apparently stuck in my throat right now. At least that's what it feels like. So, when we last worked on Napoleon, we had built her funnels and we had built her bridge. There will be slight change in what we will be adding. So, at the end of the last video, I said we would be adding on her ladders. Well, change of plans. The reason why we will not be adding those, and the main reason is I have not been able to get outside to paint them. It's been raining too much here. So what we will be doing is we will be adding on the artificial chain. And when I mean artificial chain, well, you'll find out as we go. So, what do you guys say? We get on with the building. So, first things first, we are going to add the only ladder I've been able to so far paint. And that is the one that leads up to this little artificial deck piece here at the ship's bow. Do this carefully like so, and boom, we got it in. Next we'll be adding on our little deck piece here. So something I found funny while looking at the painting instructions is they don't want this single piece here as one solid color. It was black, not black, but brown mainly, with the bottom being green, which kind of confused me at first when I saw it. I'm thinking, why would it need to be a separate color? It just doesn't make sense to me. I almost didn't put that color, but I decided, you know what? Might as well. Even though it's green, it's not very noticeable in terms of color. Alrighty then. Grab this piece by its sides, paint its bottom here, and get some glue underneath the top. It would not have been good if that fell on the ground. Alrighty then. Just grab that little glue strand. Next on the list, we shall be adding on these rails. Pardon me for a moment, just looking at the instructions for a moment. Alrighty then. First rail is in. Now we move on to the one here at amidships. All right. Like so. And then voila. All those pieces went in beautifully. So next we'll need our super glue, because we will be doing our little pin rails. Pardon me for just a moment. Just having to. This is an example of always make sure your super glue is completely cleaned off, because the tip will harden. Anyway, what we'll be doing now is we will be adding on the pieces here to the rear. So when I mentioned before we will be adding artificial something to substitute the chain, what I chose to do was I am using brass to do so. And the main reason for that is that well, I do not have any chains. The kit did not come with anything to use for it, and I have nothing that can be used for it. Well, I technically could possibly use thread. I did not prepare any that could be used. So I took 4 then brass pieces, and to the best of my ability, I cut them all to size so that they could all be fitted onto the Napoleon. And do pardon me for a moment, I'm just using a Posca pen to get where I did not turn the ends of some of these brass black. Okay. And we're going to try and do this way. All right. Yeah, that's going to be a little difficult to do. So we're going to spin the model around real quick. We're also going to checking something here. Okay. There we go. So I will admit, originally this was something I wanted to add on, but I've had started debating not adding it onto the Napoleon. However, a gentleman on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, asked me about it and said it looked good like that. So I decided to go and look up some pictures. Not very many pictures of this model that are very good, and a few of those sites are that some of them were posted to seems a little dubious to me personally. So what I decided to do was I did decide to go and add it on. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one's cut it a little too short. Seems. Let's flip it around real quick, see if that helps. Yeah, I made this one a little too short, but that won't stop me from using it. All right, and the first one is done. That does also give me some much needed lessons for the future when I do this again. But this is indeed a first time attempt to do this for a sailing ship. The wire kind of stuff that was on Texas was actual photo etch fret piece. Actually, that makes me wonder why I didn't, oh right, I didn't have this stuff at the time. Pardon my ramblings. Just some thought that occurred to me. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side that we did with the previous one. And I think I made this, I think this one is a little too long. But I'm also was trying to go off pictures where the thing on the ones on the front looked much longer than the ones on the back. Huh. Okay. Just doing a little quick fit real quick, make sure that I can get this where it goes. And I'm going to flip it again, this time so I can get a look over at this side of the model, so I can put the final one on. Not today, carpet monster. Alrighty then. This one I think is going to be a little bit more tricky. And there we go. Those 4 pieces have been added on. So what we are going to do is we are going to temporarily go. We're going to let the super glue harden these pieces to the thing. And then I shall be right back with you all here fairly soon. And we are back. So, all those parts have had enough time to dry. So, what we are doing next, we'll be adding a few more pieces here to the bow, and we will also be adding on the last of the ship's little I keep forgetting the term for them. Pin rails. So we'll start that by putting on the pin rails. So 63 and 64 on this side. Alright, looks good. Alright. Next, we'll add on this. I don't know what it's called. For some reason, it's not actually named in the instructions. But we will be adding it on over here to the front. Of the vessel. Next up, will be this little guy here. So, get our glue again. So, once more turn the model so we can get to the other side's pin rails. All right. Once more. Three. So, and then our final piece for the day, 64. So, and folks, that will conclude today's video on the Napoleon. So we got quite a bit done today. A lot of the main deck parts are now fully on. are now fully on and set. We got our chain set up, and we even added on our little railings for when the masts are up. So, on the next episode of Napoleon, if the weather allows, and I hope it does, we will be adding on the ladders, and we will also be adding on the davits that go around the ship that you can put lifeboats on. So, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a nice day. I hope you all have a nice week. Drink plenty of water. Stay indoors. It's been hot out. And that's everything. This has been Captain Charlemagne, and I'm signing off. Godspeed, everyone.